Coming up tonight, 3 accountants face the electrician's challenge. Rick admits he's been running a little side hustle. Gary gets ready for his skiing holiday. And is making tax digital a tax trap? Or a tool that could improve your business?
Welcome to TV. Now, if you're the kind of electrician who keeps your receipts in a shoebox, tonight's show could be about to upset that system, because we're talking all things making tax digital. That's not making tax dodgeable, right? It is, yeah. It's all.
I don't know what you mean.
Is that you?
Nah, is it heck?
No?
I'm much more organised than that.
Yeah, okay. So time to fess up. You're only part-time at eFIXX now, aren't you?
Well, I won't call it part-time.
Yeah.
But I do have a side hustle, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go down this route of submitting to the HMRC.
Well, there we go. And that's what we're going to find out tonight. All the things that you might have heard at MTD, it's all over the place. You've seen adverts for it. You've probably, if you're in the realm for it, had a letter, or hopefully you've had a letter, or if not, you will be getting one soon or over the next few years as it spreads its tentacles into different areas. But tonight, obviously not something you hear very often. I'm from accounts. How can I help you? We have got some tame accountants in the room. If we just have a look in the green room, there we go. We have got Elaine McManus from Xero, and we've got Heather Naylor from Stirk Lambert, our tame accountant. They're desperate to help us navigate this landscape. And if you have any questions about what's going on with the tax, then yes, fire them in. We'll try and mop them up tonight. It's sensible adults in the room tonight, because Gary's not here, is he?
No, he's definitely not here.
No.
I'm not girls.
There you go. You're taking it in then. We might get some more sensible stuff out there. Gary is actually training for his skiing holiday. We've got some footage there of him just
I thought that was dancing.
No. It looks like dancing, but he's been trying. I think he's going to be Eddie the Eagle Edwards. But yeah, so hopefully Gary has got that obviously coming up with Easter. He doesn't.
He'll be learning the tuck next then, will he? If he's skiing.
He will. He doesn't like to talk about his skiing much, but yeah, he's a secret skier. So there we go, and we caught him in action there, doing some training. So I'm sure he'll be in the comments at some point. So obviously, make sure you ask him how that skiing is going. But I guess we'll move on. Let's bring in our guests. Let's crack on. Let's see what we've got to do. Let's welcome Elaine and Heather. There we go. Right, so usually we like to get to know our guests a little bit first, right? Before we dive in. 60 seconds about yourself.
Oh, you didn't tell us this.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it can be about your business, personal, whatever you want.
Oh, I don't know. Right, so I'm Heather. I work at Stirk Lambert. Have done for not very long, to be fair, just a couple of months now. But trained in accountancy 20 odd years ago. Right. Become a Xero expert and worked with Xero quite a lot, and the cloud software and everything like that. So. Don't know what else you want me to tell you about myself?
That's it. Well, we'll find out a bit more as we go. Any electrical experience in there?
Just watching.
Just watching?
Yeah.
Right.
Just watching, being a lackey.
Yeah, a watcher. We all like customers who watch, Rick, don't we? And Elaine, same to you.
Yeah, so I'm Elaine. I work with Xero. I have been with Xero for just over 4 years now. Prior to that was in accountancy practices in Glasgow and previous profession in HR as well. So I have a varied background.
There we go. And yeah, and Xero have got one of the solutions that can help you out of the making tax digital minefield that we'll come on to in a little bit. The best solution.
The best solution.
You're not biased at all.
No.
Yeah, and we're not biased at all, but you can get 6 months free if you try. There is a link in the description, and it will pop up on the screen with Xero. And hopefully, as we go through tonight, you'll get a little bit more comfortable about making tax digital and hopefully navigating your way from it. Now, I guess for anyone who doesn't know, we'll start. What actually is making tax digital? What's the big change?
So main thing is digitising your record keeping. So at the moment, most small sole traders are probably still doing bag and box jobs and taking them into accountants at the end of the year. We're basically moving to quarterly reporting that needs to be done through a digital link. So you need to have HMRC approved software to be able to submit your returns, and it needs to be done on a quarterly basis.
Right, okay. So now is this some sort of optional thing you can just drop into?
No.
Okay. Yep.
So you've got, it depends on your earnings. So from April, as in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to be, if your income is over £50,000, that is turnover, not profit, then you're going to be needing to take part.
Right. If you're not on pay as you earn, if you obviously
Yeah,
if you still work for somebody.
It's from a trade, but also if you've got some sneaky rental income in there or a couple of different trades, you're going to have to combine that income together.
Right. And if it's so that's a bit the catch people. It isn't just it's your earn. If you say working as a self-employed electrician, submitting your own tax, it's your turnover. So it's
turnover. So before any expenses, your full turnover.
Yeah, which is I guess for anyone who's fully self-employed, difficult to avoid. Yeah.
And it's up to the 5th of April 25 if you were over 50,000 turnover.
Right.
So if you're in it, then you're in it this year from April.
Okay. So
it's too late to change anything now.
It's too late because we put this out there and a lot of people just this industry's getting far too paperwork heavy. I'm just going to dial back a little bit and earn less. Yeah. But it's too late.
Yeah.
So basically, if you've already earned £50,000 this year, you're already in. You can't opt out?
No.
No?
No, you're in for 3 years.
For 3 years? Okay.
Minimum. Yeah.
Right, so even if I did zero, I'd still have to submit. Not zero. That could be confusing, couldn't it? Right.
And the digital bit as well, you know, because, you know, someone said to me, what's digital? So a spreadsheet, that's digital, isn't it? Does that count?
No, so it's your digital links. It's basically to stop any errors being put into the software, into the spreadsheet. So it's taking that manual input away from you guys, which is where the software comes in. It pulls all through, and it's not.
Right, we'd call a spreadsheet creative accounting. You know, you've got a little bit of flexibility about what you put in the spreadsheet.
So that's disappearing.
So when they mean digital, it means it's it's tied to the invoices, it's tied to the bank, and all these things have to come together and add up, and you bundle it off to HMRC, and they kindly tell you how much tax you should be paying. Well, there you go. It's good of them, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Mm.
Who's it linking to, though? When you say it links to, what's it linking to? What's the link?
So you submit the reports through your Xero software.
Yep.
I mean, there are other softwares, but we like to use Xero. But you submit that through there, and it goes to HMRC in the same way that your tax return would go to HMRC at the end of the year. But it's doing that every 3 months.
Right. So why is it now every 3 months? What was wrong with yearly?
I think they're just HMRC are wanting to get more accurate data, so looking for the quarterly reporting to see the payments are not changing. It's just reporting so that they can see how businesses are doing. I think.
Okay, so it's not 4 separate tax returns. It's just
it's
building a picture up that's going to end up as your tax return.
Yes, so it's your kind of income and expenses that are going through in that quarter. And then there will likely be adjustments at the year end that would normally be done at tax return stage.
Right. Well, it'll be interesting to know from the viewers if they where they are on this. Are they worried about it? Then that's the. Should people be worried about it?
No, it's mandatory that's coming in, but it's an opportunity for them to actually understand their data a bit more, and they can use that to make decisions and have a lot more insight into what's going on. So it's got to be turned into an opportunity, I think.
Right. People are saying Rick looks nervous.
Well, I'm very new to this, you know, and I think we'd mentioned before, you know, you've got to trial these things out. And, you know, I've been trialled out making a few invoices just and sending them out to my wife and my mum and stuff like that. And I just found out that it's all been tracked. But they're just templates for me, just as a trial things. But anyway.
And that probably brings us to the point that if you're new to it all, then probably get some advice.
Get some advice, yeah, definitely,
to do it. If you get it set up properly to start with, it's going to make life much, much easier, and you'll understand your business better. You'll know where you're going, and it should actually take away a lot of the stress that you're probably going through just now, gathering stuff and trying to remember where everything is at the end of the year.
Right. And so it is from this year?
Yeah, from 6th of April.
How would people know if they're in?
They should have had a letter from HMRC their accountants would have spoke to them if they're falling into it this time. So it's a staged implementation process. So if, for our clients that have actually fallen into it now, we've contacted them and we're in communication with them to actually get them onto a software or get them into a position where they're ready to do that. So they should have had some contact.
Yep.
And if they haven't, then they need to look at elsewhere.
Right, if they're above that 50,000.
Yes.
But obviously next year it's a little bit lower.
Goes down to 30,000 next year and then 20,000 the year after that.
Right, so it's, I'd say very
It's
very difficult for anyone to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, the earlier you can get ahead of the curve and get your systems in order, the easier it's going to be for you later on.
Right. Now, I've just spotted someone in the comments saying not going to be self-employed anymore. Is that the easy way to get out of it? Is that,
Yeah, I mean, if we do have clients that have stepped back and at that point they've still had to register, but then we let HMRC know that they're not trading anymore.
Right, okay.
But that's the only way.
Right, that's the only accountant, pleading letter from the accountant saying, please leave this person alone. Did Rachel from accounts bring it in? I think, how long's this been planned for?
Oh, it's been years.
It has been years, yeah.
It was then delayed at one point, so I think people are still potentially believing it's not coming. It is coming in a couple of weeks' time, but it's been, I can't actually remember how many years it's been ongoing. It feels like for 4 years I've been talking about it while I've been at zero.
Right.
Yeah, it's been delayed a few times, but also the MTD for VAT came in, so it's always been on the radar that that's coming in next.
Right.
So it's not a...
So we can't blame Rachel for
No.
this one. Yeah, Rishi.
Longer.
We can blame. Go back to Rishi.
And I suppose also just that comment, like when we're talking about the MTD for VAT, so people that are already VAT registered and are already submitting, it's not going to be a massive change for them. They've just got an extra submission to make. But if they're already on the software that they're doing the VAT on, the software will then be able to do the quarterly submissions as well. So it's just an extra step. It's not a whole new process or a whole new system to learn.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's it. Are you worried, Rick?
Well, so I've just started out, so from December I've just started out and it's a total new ballgame for me. So I've always been PAYE, so moving into the sole trader environment, you know, I've got so much to learn and you know, I know nothing about this. I think when we were talking earlier, I'd said that I'm just going to try and hold the cash somewhere safe and not touch it, and then obviously speak to an accountant or whatever later on and deal with it then. But you know, from what you've said is get in there early, speak to someone, get the right software in place, and
The other thing to remember as well is if the qualifying year was up to the 5th of April 25 return, wasn't it? If you think you've only just started in this December, so you'd need to annualise that income and determine yourself if you fall into that regime now. So it's not just a case of you've only been going 4 months, so you've only turned over a little bit. If that 12-month period would have turned you over 50,000 or more, you still need to come into it now.
Right. So
that'd apply for this following year, tax year.
Yeah.
So if Rick earns £4,000 in month 1, it looks like he's already, he would be getting very close to the limit. He'd have to opt in. There you go. And we'd be worried if Rick was doing one day a week, if he was doing £5,000. We'd be taking
days again.
Yeah. We'd be saying, where's he
I
working?
think they'd be asking me other questions, I think, if that were the case.
You got Rick under the mattress is not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's not comfy.
Yeah. And it's, someone's, it is on, it's gross income, isn't it? So it's a posh accounting word. So before any expenses come
basically what your sales are.
Yeah.
That's your gross income before your expenses come off or any of the other costs you've got.
Right.
Not your money into the bank.
Okay. So I'd be immediately trying to get my customer to buy things instead of me buying them and things like that. If we're going to try and keep under the limit, would that be a mitigation strategy for year 1? But it's too late, isn't it? It's too late because it's based on last year.
Basically your tax return that went in for the January deadline's already determined whether you're in or not, and then if you're in, you're in it for 3 years. So before you can, that's only if things have changed at that stage.
Right. So if I wanted to avoid it, I should have started last year, and possibly even the year
Probably before that, yeah.
So when you say you're in for 3 years, what does that mean? So
basically once you've been put into the MTD system,
Yeah.
you then can't kind of pull yourself out of it, so you couldn't then dramatically drop your income in the next year and say, I'm no longer
So if
qualified
I'm earning
for it.
£5,000 a day, and I then hit that threshold that I've got to be put into it, and then at the end of the year I say, you know what, I can't do which stresses, what happens then?
You'll still have
still
to
have
do it.
to
Your income will be
carry on
less,
with it.
but you'll still be having to do the quarterly return.
Okay.
There you go. You can't escape it.
No, you can't.
There is no escape. Is it a difficult process, though? You know, I mean, if I'm let's peel typical. You know, we know lots of people who watch this show. It's the classic shoebox or squabbling everything together at the end of the year and taking it down to the accountant. Is it a difficult transition?
It's not going to be, no. The hardest part will be transitioning your mindset into just doing it differently. But the software, particularly Xero, is very user-friendly. It's aimed at small business, medium-sized business owners. So it is a really intuitive, easy-to-use system. Do recommend if you take advice from accountants, bookkeepers to help set you up, even if you want to do it yourself, because then they'll make sure you're set in the best possible way for success to make it as easy as possible. But there's loads of tools in there with things like the data capture tools that take pictures as you go. You don't need to put shoebox anymore. You can get rid of that and get another space in your shelf at home. So
Yeah.
you just take it as you go, bank feeds, get bank rules in place, raising your invoices in the system. You save time on your processing at home as well.
Right. So it's like a digital shoebox.
Yeah,
Start off
pretty
with.
much.
Yeah. You just feed in the information, just like the. You
Yep.
just got to think of the. You just feed the shoebox.
That's it. As you go,
Yeah.
don't save it up. Just as you're working, you just go through it and get it all into the system.
Right. Now you said obviously use the accountant to set it up. Why would I want to do that? Obviously, great business for accountants. So.
I think if you get it set up right in the first place, then it helps you to understand the software, helps you to understand where everything needs to go in the software so that you can place more reliance on that data anyway. You can start to look at your monthly results, and then if necessary, if you do have an accountant, that accountant can also log on and see where you're going and give you any advice that you need as and when during the year, particularly like pre-year and tax planning once we've got all that data there, because quite often it's after the fact, it's the horse has bolted in effect, so we can't do anything to help you save tax after the year end, but before the year end we can. This gives you a live picture as to what you've got going on in your business and the understanding on it, and then we can help you at least strategise as to where you're going to buy your assets, if you want to buy any new assets, any tools and do any investments like that. We can help you with that and get that into the most, where it's going to benefit you the best.
Now, I'm unpacking that bit. So just the current system, if I'm using the shoebox, I'd probably wait until the end of March. I'd fill the shoebox would be full. I'd probably then wait a few
6
months.
months.
I'd go on holiday in the summer.
Yeah.
Kids go back to school in September, and Black Friday to worry about stuff like that. I'll probably get that shoebox to you mid-December.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. Which is probably a little bit too late, isn't it,
Yeah.
in terms of tax planning?
Yeah, then it's like you get your tax bill and it's like, well, why is it so much? We could have helped you bring that down
Right.
had we have had this information before the year end and seen where you were.
Okay.
So that's the opportunities it's going to give you.
Right.
I think it's like Elaine says, it's changing your mindset as to what you're doing
Right.
and how you're doing it.
So I think obviously we're sat in the start of March. I've got 20 days this year to make sure the shoebox is full. Probably take it to the accountant, let them have a little rummage through.
You've probably missed quite a lot of receipts and things as you've gone, expenses you've had as well, because they've never made it to the shoebox to start with.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing it as you're going, you've got more likelihood that you'll actually have your true cost of your expenses and things through the business in there.
So what about if you've been trading for, so just say 3 months, would you say go see an accountant now just to try and beat that April end?
I would get yourself set up for success from the start, because also within the software, if you're raising invoices manually, you're handwriting for some, you might be sitting doing them in Word, you might be trying to kind of pull them together different places. If you do it all in one system, you then can have much quicker control and an idea of how much is owed to you at any point, because it's all live, it's connected up to the bank, so you know what's been paid. You can then start chasing money much easier because it's all in the system. You're not trying to look back at records and say, well, did I write a note to say that actually that one was paid or not? So you want to get set up as early as possible any time you're setting up a business, and get it set up properly, because you've also potentially then got things that are your setup costs that you can be including that will impact on your turnover and your tax.
And you don't learn bad habits that way either. You don't learn different ways of doing
I
it.
need to just get that sorted.
Yeah, you do.
Just get it sorted. Might as well get it sorted sooner rather than later, I suppose.
The other thing,
Sounds like what I've been told a lot.
the other thing to think about is the investment up front in the training or the setup costs is going to be an awful lot cheaper than an accountant unpicking it at year end when you've made 12 months of.
Okay. I mean, just, yeah, accountants generally charge by the hour, is it, or day, or?
By the hour or by fixed rate.
Yeah.
But generally, the more work we'd have to do if we get presented with a shoebox, or if we get presented with a zero that's say there and everywhere, and a complete load of nonsense, it's going to take us time to unpick it and fix it. And
Okay.
that's where we'd have to charge.
Right, so as much as I can do for myself,
Yeah.
keep everything neat and tidy, when I eventually do need the accountant's input,
Yeah.
if it's all in order,
Yeah,
it could actually
Much better.
reduce the costs.
possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would
Still,
necessarily
there's-
reduce them, but there's still all the
there's-
costs.
It's going from what would be done once a year to
Four
there's
times
an
a
element of it needing, it's now 5 times, not necessarily the full thing, but there's much more work to be done. So it depends on whether you're submitting or you want your accountants to do it. But like if you send a mess, they've got to start again, basically.
Yeah.
You send that in. And if you are using the software and you've set things up and you're letting it go through, and then you don't hand it in till the next December or January, you're pretty much 9 months through the next year of doing it all wrong as well. It needs to be fixed to get you back on track. So the setup's going to be key to making sure that you're doing it, even if you want to submit yourself, or if you want your accountants to do it for you. It's all going to be in the setup that makes it easy.
Right, so your advice would be, we're nearly at year end, go and see an accountant now. You can't avoid it next year, so you have to do something now, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But if you go before the end of April, at least they can have a little
Yeah.
look at this year's tax, possibly do a bit of planning if there's any time left, and get you set up
Yeah.
to be as efficient as possible.
And you're still going to have the current year's tax return still to be done, old system. So again, if you can get your zero set up, get the accountants to help you with it, it will help them to prepare the current year's tax return that's going to be submitted next January, while setting you up for success for your first quarter's return as well. So.
Right. What are you going to do, Rick?
Go see an accountant, I think. Well, it just makes sense, doesn't it? I think just get everything in line and in order. You know, take the advice and run from there. You know, folk could tell us to, I'll go see an accountant. Go see an accountant. They'll help you out in the long run. No, I've always said like, no, it's right. I'll just sort that bit out. And from what I'm hearing today, I probably need to go get it done sooner rather than later. And then obviously sort out what the way we're going to link it all together. But yeah.
There will be some people that are much more confident in what their business is doing and everything, that will be able to do their submissions and everything, they're set up themselves. But the chances are they're already on software because they want to operate their business in that way. They're not the ones that are being pulled into this at this stage. If people are more interested in the technology, the record keeping and stuff, then they're probably going to already be on a system by now because they've chosen to do that before now.
Right, okay. I mean, there's someone just saying in the comments, with the amount of work needed for making tax digital, might as well go limited and VAT registered.
With VAT registration's a totally different thing because that depends on your income levels, whether you need to be VAT registered or not. Limited companies, it can be an option, but it depends if that's right or not for your business because it's not right for everybody. So
The way of extracting
get
it.
advice on it.
Yeah, you need to get advice on that because the way of extracting the profits out of the business is changing as well. So it used to be a lot more tax efficient to do a small salary dividend. That's not necessarily going to be the case anymore, so we need to look on a case-by-case basis.
You're saying taxes are going up? I hadn't noticed. No one had noticed that one. Okay, but I guess it's that people, if you're going to go limited and VAT, you're going to be paying the accountant quite a bit of money
Yeah.
to do lots of things.
Yeah, with a limited set of accounts, there's a lot more legal disclosures that you've got to do. So that instantly increases your accounts bill anyway. So you're looking at like a minimum fee for your accounts, whereas if it's just a tax return sole trader, it's still not got all the legal disclosures and everything that you need to do. So it's a lot cheaper for you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But again, folks, it's unavoidable. This is not we're not being fun sponges here.
No.
We're just
It's going to happen no matter what.
This is the reality. So I guess what if we just ignore it? You know, that'd be you can. Realistically, I'm thinking, could I get past Q1 and start at the end of the quarter?
You give yourself a lot more work to do to try and get it all set up and get the information in. There not initially is going to be penalties, but there will be penalties associated with it. So if you leave it, you'll get caught at some point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And if anyone is VAT registered, they're pretty quick on the penalties.
Yes.
It's pretty automatic, pretty fast, and they don't forget.
Yeah.
No, they don't. And they did a soft landing for MTD for that.
Right.
They do a soft landing for this year for income tax one.
Yeah.
But next year it's...
Right. So if I'm on the £50,000, if I'm in the £50,000 club, I might get a little bit more lenient this year, but they're going to learn all the lessons as they go through it. But the £30,000 club next year are going to get clobbered.
Penalty straight away. So.
Yeah.
Which is another reason to get it in early.
There we go.
Because you can get set up, get learning.
Now, obviously, people are straight away asking about costs. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And obviously, there's you go on there. There's adverts everywhere for this at the minute.
Yep.
If we're looking at zero, what we're sort of looking.
Zero Simple is the MTD starting point. Its RRP is £7 a month. There's different discounts and stuff at different times online, and we've got a partnership with you guys just now, so there'll be discounts there as well. But so that's the kind of starting point if you're only MTD. If you need to be if you're VAT registered as well, then there's kind of a suite of packages through Zero that kind of grow as your business grows. So the whole point is, as you kind of become VAT registered, you move up to different levels of subscription and have more capacity and more capabilities within the software as well. So it depends. Again, there's the starting point, but there may be better packages that are better for your business, the way you operate. As you work through, so I seek advice on it. There are other softwares out there that are available to take. Some of them are offering free softwares. Check what can and can't be done, because not everything can be done in the same way. So some may only allow you to do the quarterly submissions, but not finals. And there's different pros and cons to what's out there. Zero will allow you to do the whole package, and your accountant can then pick up that final tax return next year, your final declaration.
Right, so Zero is pretty bulletproof, I think, from what it said.
It's definitely the best out there.
Well, yeah, but we spoke earlier on. Obviously, people got different income streams.
Yeah.
So someone, you're not renting a spare room out quite yet, Rick. You haven't got rid of the kids out of the
Not a
room?
minute, no. But I might as well do it with the bed shuffling that's going in our house, and that's just for young kids. Not that I might introduce it neighbour or out there.
But if I had, say, multiple income streams, what's the one? Vinted is the one. Yeah,
Yep.
Everyone's earning a fortune on Vinted, apparently. I see it go out. I don't see it come in. If I say earning £1,000 on a platform, a bit of rental income there, you've got to make sure the software can handle different streams.
It's different income streams that can be put through. So kind of the classic one is you've got a trade and you've got a rental property or a couple of rental properties. They can be put through on Zero. They can be both put through on one subscription, but they do need two different reporting.
Right.
Quarterly reporting. So each quarter you need to report the trade and the rental income to HMRC. And that can be done in the one subscription within Zero. Again, other softwares don't necessarily allow you that option, so you might have to take two different subscriptions to different software. So definitely make sure you get the right thing for your structure.
Right. So it's HMRC who make it. Says it has to be reported separately. You can't just bundle it all together.
No, it's got to be reported separately. So within the software, there's tracking categories that allow us to basically then submit those returns individually.
Right.
To the software.
Okay. So if I had a property and I was offsetting costs against that, they'd sit in one bucket.
Yep.
And then my business costs would be in another bucket. And then if I had other multiple streams, they're just, You're not allowed to sort of merge it.
No, and if you've got separate different sole trades, it's probably you need to have different subscriptions for that, but you can combine the rental and the trade separately.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, we've got someone in. Someone who is a limited one-man band and VAT registered, so they're paying about £37 a month for zero. Does that sound? Is that?
They'll be, because they're on the VAT things. Yeah, that's the levels for that. That's the kind of middle.
Yeah, which seems like, I mean, yeah. But obviously,
I think the thing to think about with the costs is that's a cost coming out of your bank.
Yeah.
But actually, if you're saving time on how you're processing and you're not manually doing invoices, you can chase money, you've got money coming back in much quicker and stuff. It's thinking about what is the actual cost of all that. If you can get a few hours back in a week, that's probably more valuable than £7 or like £16 or £30 if you think about what your time, the value of your time back makes a big difference as well.
yeah, I mean, £7 is a trip to Starbucks if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're on your own.
Yeah, well, yeah, but and that's your prices per month. You know, you might visit it once or twice. You know, travelling to work and travelling back home. Starbucks visits. Yeah, we know a colleague that does that every week.
Yeah, Blythe Services. If anyone's ever at Blythe Services, you can guarantee Gary will be in there about 7:20 on a Monday, and probably about, I'd say, 3:05 on a Thursday afternoon. He's always in there. So, yeah, we can set by. It's like a pulse, really. We know exactly
Like
what
clockwork.
it is. Yeah, and yeah.
Well, that's your subscription there, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is £4.25 he spends on his coffee, so there you go. Because I see the VAT return. But is that tax deductible? He's travelled up here getting a coffee.
Well, yeah, because it's travel and subsistence, isn't it?
Well, there we go. That's the answer we wanted.
And your subscription costs are a cost to the business, so that's an allowable expense as well.
Yeah, but again, that's the. I mean, the first time I came across Zero was there's a contractor we work with sometimes, Rapid Ross Sands. He's not as rapid as he was. He's actually number 4 on the board over there. But he did a job for us, and he'd literally, the van had just pulled away and the invoice landed. It can be that quick.
Yeah. And within the Xero software, if you're using it as a business owner, you can create your invoices, you can put payment reminders on, you can put a pay now option in so that you get the money immediately. You've got tap to pay that you can put onto your phone, so you can raise the invoice and take the payment before you leave the spot if you want to. There's more and more functionality coming in as well. It's all aimed to make life easier.
Yeah.
For the end users.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty efficient. I mean, he sends the invoice when he leaves. About 20 minutes later, you get the first reminder. Yeah.
He's on phone to you next day. I'm just checking it out, landed in spam.
Yeah. Yeah. So just doing a few small things, faster invoicing, payment quicker, can easily swallow up those additional costs, and it's, I guess, good habits. I
Give
think
you some time back.
Yeah. That's nice. I don't think there's anything to worry about. People say, people using, I don't know, a company begins with S. It was very complicated, they said. Rick, you've had a look at this. Does it look complicated?
Not at all.
Right, so we've got a screenshot, invoice, let's have a look. Hold on, what's going on here? What are we seeing there?
It looks complicated.
This is Rick's January.
So this is your landing kind of dashboard that you come into when you come into Xero, and it lets you can tailor it and edit it, but it lets you see how your business is performing at a glance. You can see what much money you've got in the bank, if you've got transactions, you've got the difference in your statement balances, your bank balance versus your balance in Xero. Is the stuff you've still got to allocate so that it knows what the costs and income are going against. You've got different tasks that are coming in. You can see really quickly money that's owed to you and make sure that you're then chasing it.
Yeah, suspicious.
Probably need to chase some payments.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're not very good at paying other people either, by the looks of that as well. So that's it's passed on down the line. Okay, so that's the dashboard. What
Dashboard when you go in,
What else did we find in there, Rick? What else we got in there? Let's have a look.
So there's your invoices that are coming straight through from, well, it's not Ross, but these are obviously automatically generated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can brand them in your own way as well. So you can tailor that, put your own logos on, and have it
And
looking the way you want.
The payment options?
Payment options, so you can enable that onto your invoices, and that means that when the invoice goes out, it has a button that basically says you can pay now, and you can just get it done and dusted before you forget about it, rather than having just backs details that you then forget about and dump it to the side. So now another 3 weeks later before the chaser comes in, and that person's lost out on having that money.
Just bring that invoice back up there, Joe. Let's have a look. Right, now who still cuts the paper off the bottom and sends the payment in the post?
Never seen anyone doing it, but it's there. You can custom all your invoice templates as well.
Boom FM.
Right, yeah. Amount enclosed, it says on there. So it's like as if you're somehow going to put a cheque in there, possibly some...
Pay now is definitely the option you want.
Stick it in a brown envelope, nobody will open it.
Yeah. Now, a good question in for you now. Okay, so someone's had zero for 6 years, and they said, honestly, it's good once it's set up. Which goes back to what you said, that's what we wanted to hear. Obviously, people are linking, does it link with like newer bank accounts like Starling?
Yes,
Like that?
Starling, Monzo's. The majority of bank accounts, unless you've got some obscure bank accounts, the majority in the UK now will link. If your bank doesn't have a direct feed, which is obviously gives you the optimum way of working with it, then you can get CSVs and import them in for the periods as well. But obviously, it's a bit more manual. But if you've got a bank account that doesn't have a feed, you can still get it in without having to manually sit and type anything in yourselves. So.
Okay. Now, is it a requirement of making taxes that you have to link a bank account to it? Or is it?
It's encouraged to make sure that you can see the full follow through.
Right.
So we would encourage people that have got, perhaps it's a personal bank account that stuff's going into, then we would be sort of saying, like, go and get another bank account that is for your business. It means everything's in one place, there's less chance of anything getting missed. If you're paying things all over the place, then it's harder to track everything. It will make it a much easier process for you when you're doing your quarterly returns to just know everything's gone through, and then your sales and your expenses are going to match to what's gone through that bank, and you can reconcile really quickly.
Right, okay. Now, do people sometimes mix up business and personal accounts?
Yeah.
Is that a common thing?
Yeah, especially with sole traders.
Right.
Often you'll get random receipts and you have to try and filter out the actual business expenses and receipts.
Right. So obviously we've said every time at Starbucks is a legitimate business expense. You've just told us that. Yeah. Is that even if it's on a Sunday morning?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, save the accountants having to actually be detectives and work out, like, that's quite an expensive dinner, and it was a Saturday night, and that's not an expense for being away from home for one person.
Right. Okay. So you would pick up on those things?
Yeah.
Would you?
Well, yeah, if they review the data, yeah.
Right. Okay. And do HMRC go to that level of detail?
I don't think they will unless they do an inspection.
Right.
Then
Okay.
I presume if they're inspecting, they will.
How do I get an inspection? So I don't link my bank account
Don't do your
to it.
MTD.
Yeah, but someone said to me that they're looking for trends, isn't it? You've got to not be the outlier. If you're a window cleaner, they have probably lots of window cleaners on there.
I think as more and more people go in, they will be kind of looking to see, like, is there things that are looking a bit strange?
Yeah.
I think they know that this is a new thing for a lot of businesses. So the first year, the reason I think for taking away the penalties in the first year is to just encourage people to do it and do the best they can. But they know that it will, by quarter 2, quarter 3, the data will be getting much better because everybody's having to learn a new way of working. So it's going to take a bit of time to bed in. But they're expecting to see fairly soon that it's half decent stuff that's coming in.
Yeah.
But we've given it a good shot if we're doing it ourselves.
Right.
Or
Now, because
getting help on it.
Rick has a problem in the neighbourhood because these are going to electrical. But there is another Argo Electrical in the neighbourhood with exactly the same company name. Was it almost? Was he?
Almost. So we're just without the R at the front.
Right. Gaunt Electrical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we first spotted his van down at CEF. Now they'll compare. Can they compare his business with similar businesses operating in the same area that expect them to look similar from a tax perspective?
Yeah, and the figures that are going through are high level. It's not all the detail behind it, but
Right.
I would imagine they'll be looking for something over time.
So when you submit digitally, they're not delving into. They haven't got access to all the line items on your bank account.
No.
Okay. Yeah. But if in aggregate, Rick spends 3 times as much as another electrician in the area and doesn't seem to make any money, that might just draw a little bit more attention to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose it would do, wouldn't it? Yeah. Driving a new BM.
Yeah, there's people saying AI, HMRC and have an AI agent and flag you for inspection, Rick. Yeah.
What? How does that work?
It's a suggestion.
I'm all new to this, so you're going to have to sort of take me under your wing a little bit.
There you go. Someone, does it work with coots? There you go. That's the kind of quality electrician we've got on this stream.
Never had to connect it myself when I was in practice.
I've not seen.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Accounts, so.
There you go. If you're another coots user, let us know if you're using zero with coots. That's good. Right, I guess, I mean, we've helped you out with accountancy. You have to now help us out with some electrical work. We're going to turn our attention to the electrician's challenge. Now, you said you'd watched electrical work earlier on. Who were you watching? Was there anyone in particular?
So when we were doing our house, I was like the lackey as the electrician was rewiring the whole house.
Right, was this an approved electrician or family member drafted into?
No, yeah, my friend.
Right, a proper electrician?
Yeah,
all right.
approved electrician, yeah, is all qualified and everything, so yeah.
Okay, Elaine, you?
Never touched it.
Well,
Today's been a learning experience.
I think your husband has some experience in the electrical area.
Partner does, yep.
Yeah, little bit of panel.
That's why I don't have to do anything.
Okay, a little bit of panel building. A little bit of panel building.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's almost like we've got over there.
I feel I can do it now too.
Yeah.
After
Well,
training.
let's see. Obviously, people tuning in now can get some times in. Let's have a little look here. Did you know this? We get to go. Now, we must point out, actually, you've got someone else from the practices loitering behind behind the screen as well. We've got Richard in there.
Camera shy.
Yeah, who also took it on. So you've got 3 people to guess for you. It can be either Richard, who you haven't seen yet, or Elaine, or Heather. Put the time in. Which one you think was the fastest, and what time do you think they did it in? We'll just wait for some times to come in there. Obviously, nobody's got any electrical experience apart from Heather, who just likes to watch people work, and Richard, who came in and said he wasn't competitive, but seemed to be incredibly competitive from where I was listening from.
He went for doing it at one point, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. An early one. We've got Heather in there, 6 minutes 50. There we go. We've got to see. Get some more time. Oh, I think you've got some competition because there's someone else in the office on there as well, isn't there? Who has been on the show before?
Yes, Jonathan.
Jonathan. Is he competitive?
Yes, very.
Right, good.
Is he watching? Is he watching?
Probably.
So we've got to get. So yeah. So get those times in. Is it Heather? Is it Elaine? Or is it Jonathan, who you haven't seen yet? It's hiding behind the camera.
Not Jonathan, Richard.
Richard, sorry. Jonathan's already done it.
Yeah.
Getting mixed up.
He'll be on screen shortly.
He will.
There we go. Well,
Running out the door.
Everyone thinks it's going to be Heather. Well, keep those times coming as we go. Let's roll to it, Joe. Let's see what we've. Let's see who's up first.
Oh no!
It is Heather. Right, here we go. That looks pretty good start actually. Flat pack furniture.
He's had some really good training.
No,
Yeah.
I get bored. I'll
Right.
start my flat pack and then I'll like smash it and then I'll like,
Oh,
leave this now.
This has got to whiff. Someone who's actually listened to what Rick does. Nobody ever listens to Gary when he does the demo.
So there's tape it and then let the end bit just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I don't know, well, we'll see how this edit goes,
Hold on,
but
what
just
happened
watch
there?
yeah, I got cross.
Quite aggressive with those cutters there. Right, this is actually looking quite good.
Them drums are perfect as well, and they were at one point as we
Yeah.
were running through the race, and I thought, I wonder if we're actually gonna run out.
Right,
managed
this
to
is
get through all
concentration
three.
first. We need to revisit
Hardest
those.
tool in the world to work.
Yeah, I think it's been well used actually. I think we'll probably do some new blades in that tool. Look at that concentration there.
Dear.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
Yeah, I'm too short. I can't see.
Full rainbow on the step there.
The full rim.
Look at that beady stare there. You wouldn't want to be the wrong end of that, would you? Jeez. That's what happens when you put a Starbucks receipt in. It comes in. Right, plenty of copper on show there. Yeah. Right. Now,
Is that bad or good?
it doesn't matter on it. If it was in the field, it would be
It'd be
frowned
bad.
upon.
Oh, here we go.
They're dropping the tools back up
Chucking 'em
again.
away.
What left on the step? A phone on the step or something?
No, it's the screw. It's the.
Oh, the front of the sock.
That's the one front bit. That's how technical I
Right,
am.
back in with the aggressive cutters.
Front bit, yeah.
Right, reaching back up for the automatic stripper. Oh, this is, yeah. I mean, this is, yeah. We
Yeah, it would have been a miss, that strip of this.
Yeah. Right, getting there. Nearly there.
There we go, we're juggling again.
Yeah, throwing the tools around. Yeah, did a little this. Oh. Let's have a look. No, nearly there. 3 screws, socket. Oh, I think we've slowed down a bit here now. Lost the momentum. It was on the start. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Were you helping here, Rick?
I can't just remember if any of them fell out on this.
Right,
We just
nearly there.
sneaked it in.
Oh, hold on, we've lost the screw. I like that. You're carrying on and you're looking for the screw at the same time. That's
Multitasking.
Right, there we go. Brilliant. Right, who's up next? Oh, right. Go, we're not kneeling down.
You were carrying an injury as well.
Yeah, dodgy.
As soon as excuses came out, I got it straight away.
I forgot to put the glasses on.
Right, that's good. Get the excuse in early.
Yeah.
I think is there a knee injury or?
Just an operation, but yeah. Sorry, I didn't need to kneel, we're okay.
On the tape there, right.
Just a dodgy.
Oh, this looks quite good. I think has there been some crafty editing gone on here? Was this?
No,
it first time?
actually. No, I don't think there
Do you
is.
not have faith in us?
Yeah, no.
This is good. Yeah, this is favourably looked on by the editor here. If not, so.
I thought they did really well, really well.
Right. Well, you would say because you did the training. So you want your contestants to do better than Gary's. You see.
They usually do.
Yeah. There we go.
And then I get an hiding for it afterwards when they beat me.
Right. Right. This is. How is this looking? Oh, we've got a half rainbow up there. Hey! He's one of the smallest people ever do the challenge, you see.
Right.
That's where the step came. If it wasn't for him, there would be no step.
Right.
That's it. So I don't know if Jonathan used the step, actually. So
He won't have done, he's tall.
yeah. Sometimes people use it anyway to just throw caution to the wind and think, I have to use it. I like the way you're using that as the tool shelf, though. Quite good. Look at that organisation there. That's quite good, that, actually. Yeah. The little tool, but yes.
We'll have to take that one.
Yeah. Oh, this is, yeah. It's quite good how you've managed to do that. Almost stood up. Yeah, we have people sliding around the floor on their knees, crouched down like a frog. We've got separate earth terminals here.
Yeah, it kept falling out.
What we're doing here.
I think a few times it just kept popping back out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just not quite got it.
And then I couldn't remember what
What's
colour
going to be good is getting all those wires back into the box. It's going to be the mission here. There's a lot of
Yeah, you see, with my training, it also comes with a handy little tip.
That's why you've got no wire left.
I think we're about to see that tip. I was giving it a yank from the... Right. Oh, there we go.
What are the chances?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, right. This
This is a bit, wouldn't work for that. Does it get there in the end? It's like,
Then we got you, Richard, sneaking in.
Right, here's Richard. So, look at that. That doesn't say competitive, that face. Oh, dear me. Right, I'm going to show these people. That's what he's like.
He'd heard that there was a free T-shirt going or something, so he said, I'll have a bit
I'll have
of
a shot.
that. Freebies, any freebies, yeah, he's all over that.
Yeah. Right, here we go. No, right. No, this followed your instructions there. Ducking and diving around there. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
I generally don't allow the tape on the first ones, but
Yeah.
but again, they suggested it straight away. Where's the tape? I was like, busted.
Yeah, that's when I had to confess.
Yeah, you're trying to get us to do it one bit extra,
Yeah.
twist it
Tie
over
it.
and all.
I'm like, I won't be able to do that.
Imagine.
That was the way. See, that was the way I was shown initially.
What's that?
Take the 3 conductors to the end a little bit longer, twist it, and bend it back over on itself.
Yeah. Have you changed it?
And it took me 7 minutes odd.
No, it was me, I asked for tape.
Where's the tape?
Right, look at this here. Oh, I bet Richard's been watching back Jonathan's one probably to see what
Probably.
happened. That's what you did. Oh, right, hold on here. God, it must be intense in your office, all these hard stairs that go on. Is this sort of, does anyone ever laugh in the office? Just
We do, yeah.
Friday afternoon chuckle or something? Yeah. There's plenty of copper getting removed from the ends of those as well. We're going to have to deal with that, aren't we? So, right, here we go. Juggling it here. You can just see the pressure on here. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Charging by the hour on this. Oh, that concentration. Look at this. What's the face? There's it tense. Oh, right. Here we go. Oh, checking up. Look, quality control. No, not happy with that. Right.
Again,
Looks like I'm going to
a
start.
little tip comes in handy there again.
Yeah.
Straight out the top.
No, look at that. We're nearly there.
Certainly are.
Oh, right.
Well then.
When do we find out?
We've got some
We're going to
time.
find out now. We're going to find out now. Obviously, the pressure's on because we've got to. We've got Jonathan over there in 6 minutes. Let's have a look here. Oh dear me! Right. We'll start with you, Elaine.
That side.
Yeah. We're not over here. I can say. Jonathan, obviously, Sturk Lambert, a good customer, aren't they? You wouldn't want to show Jonathan up, would you? So you did this in. Right, we're not up here.
Oh, I was aiming for up there.
Quite commendable. 6 minutes 27, actually.
Ooh.
Now, bear in mind.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, that is good. You know, a few years ago you would have been over there. That is yeah, but you're not now. But that's commendable. Management territory on that one.
It's a good time, is that?
That
Yeah?
is a good time. It's better than the first time Rick did it in 6:35. So you got to remember that.
There we go.
Right. Oh dear.
Who's up next?
Heather. Oh, hold on. Let's have a look. No, you're not over here either.
No.
But the good news is you have beaten Jonathan.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
by a good margin, actually.
Where's
as well.
Jonathan's? Where's Jonathan's?
Jonathan's
Oh,
at
yeah,
Jonathan's
yeah,
box.
yeah, go on
Yeah.
then. So what's Heather got then?
The spice rack. So we're going to have
Oh,
to clear some of these
still-
people up. There's people who work in the electrical industry on a full-time basis. Larry, Jamie, Paul Elcock. They should be embarrassed. Anuj, Alistair, Ben Johnson, Nick Haler, Beamer. Oh dear, slotting in there. 5 minutes 40. There you go. That is.
Well done.
That is good. Right, okay, look at that. Now, right, he's over there, not hiding there. He's trying to hide, chuckling away to himself.
Question is, did you beat me on or did I beat him?
Yes. Well, as I hate to say, he's actually on this board. Right, this is, No, you are on this board. Now, not at the top, but, I mean, we're in, but it does start with a 4.
Wow.
So obviously not low 4s. Oh, let's have a look where we're gonna. Oh, it's joint here. 4 minutes 36. Actually, I mean that is. You're in electrician territory there. You're actually faster than some of the electricians that've done it.
Oh, he's just sat underneath Joe.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to be. You did last week anyway.
Yeah. Did you do any DIY? None. No.
You will be now.
Oh dear, competitive, shocking. I don't know. Oh dear me, that's going to be intolerable in your office now, isn't it? So,
We sit in the same room and all.
yeah, I feel sorry for Jonathan. Obviously, he's going to have to hang his head in shame, letting the practice down there. But there we go. Good. Well, make sure you send us a photograph of everyone celebrating that.
I thought everyone did really well actually. On all 3 runs on each of them, I thought they were really good runs.
There we go. And yeah, so the person to get that was Ollie. So I think he gets. Oh, there you go. He's ringing Jenny on the burner phone now. Has he won before, Ollie? Has he? Yeah. There we go. Oh well. There you go. You can't have one of these hats. Then. There you go. Right. Back to the missive. Right. Expenses. We said early on. Digital processes.
Yes.
Capturing your expenses.
Yeah.
Is that some people miss?
It's a good way to get it in as you're doing it. So we basically You've got data capture on your Xero subscription that you then literally have an app on your phone. You take pictures as you go, or you can email invoices directly and like expenses directly in, so they can just get picked up as you're working through. So the idea being that you're doing it as you go. You put fuel in the van, you take your picture. That's it there, ready to get matched later on. You don't have to put it into a bag, box. You don't have to do anything else with it. You've forgotten about it, and that's it ready. Yeah. It will reduce the amount of things you forget as well, probably.
So you said data capture. So I've got a Xero app on my phone.
Yep. Take a picture as you go.
Right. But is that just a picture?
It takes a picture in, it pulls it through into the Xero subscription.
We should have a... I think we've got a...
We had a quick video for it, but it didn't.
Oh, right.
But basically, you take the picture, it pulls it in, and it analyses where the information's going to, so that you can just then confirm. If it has then gone through your bank account, it will then say we've got a recommended match, and you're able to just then say, yep, that's correct.
So it's automatically linking up from your bank account as well?
If it finds the match in the bank account, it will be there. If you haven't paid it that way, then you'll be able to record it as a cash expense.
Right. And will it recognise things like on the invoice, if there's VAT on there? Or things
yes,
like that, if it was VAT registered?
So there's, at the moment, the data capture tool that's just coming out within the simple subscriptions is just looking at expenses and stuff. It will progress over coming months to include more, but there's other data capture tools, including HubDoc, which is already free within your subscription as well within Xero, if you're using more VAT registered type things at the moment. So there's two options there at the moment for some. If you're VAT registered, probably HubDoc just now, and then more functionality will come into data capture within Xero.
Right. And then obviously the other way you've just said, I go to ScrewFix, the well-known online trade suppliers who are open on Sundays, are available as well. Tool station normally down the street. When you order them, a lot of people order online, you'll get an invoice sent to you.
Yep. So you can get that sent to you and you can forward it on, or you can just get that emailed directly from ScrewFix, can send it straight to your data capture tool, and
right.
you
So
even have
you
to
could
worry. Well, you probably have to worry about it to pay it, but you don't have to do anything with it. You can just get it sent directly if you give them the email address that can be put straight through as well.
So they're just emailing that invoice
so they can send it
straight in.
And the e-invoicing or electronic invoicing is coming as well at a later date. So that will become more of the norm, that everything has to be done electronically anyway.
Right. So if you buy something, they have to send you an electronic invoice. Is that
is it next year?
2029, I think.
It's definitely will be coming that way. That
so even if when you just go to a shop and buy anything, they'll be asking you for your email address.
Yeah, you that bit at the moment you're like, oh, just give me the bit of paper so I can scrunch it up. Right. Yeah, they're going to be doing.
I'll be making a QR code.
Yeah.
Scan it. Scan it. Yeah.
Wow. So that gets around the Some people say that ChatGPT is good at making up fake invoices. I guess that's to get around that actually. But there you go. Top tip for you there.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, and then the same process. So my invoice gets emailed in, it'll pull out all the relevant data.
The information, and if you have got rental properties as well, then you can put rental statements in, and it'll take out the gross rental income, and if you're using an agent, it'll take out the charges and repair costs and stuff, and allocate it to the right place for you.
Okay, if it's been set up properly.
Yeah, it's in that set up, but it will be there. But it's kind of AI tool, so it will be pulling on what it already knows as well, and where it's seen those invoices before and stuff. So.
Right, so it'll recognise you go to a certain petrol station. Yeah. What if you put a cheeky cream egg on the petrol?
It will itemise them out as individuals, so I suppose it depends on whether Heather's going to let you have your cream egg or not.
Is that tax deductible, cream eggs? Can we get this time of year, obviously coming up to Easter?
Well, it depends where you are, doesn't it? If you're nowhere near home.
Right. So if we're away from them, the cream egg qualifies. Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. Oh, there you go.
Maybe if you're hungry.
Yeah. We'll have to check Gary's actually. He's a one for a cream egg. Gary, how was he skiing? I forgot just this reminder. Let's watch that again. I mean, we saw that earlier in the week. I mean, he's almost a natural, isn't he?
Very ambitious.
Yeah. He just missed out on Italy this year for the Olympics. But there you go. Yeah, that's good. So that's in the entry level package we get.
So within the simple plan, it has got the data capture that allows to take receipts and expenses. At the moment, there'll be more coming in coming months.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's that's got to be worth it on its own, isn't it? Because sometimes you just think, like, around here parking, £2 to go park, and think the cost, the time, you know, when we get the receipt, go back, manual entry, it's almost worth that.
And earlier on we were talking about as well, you get the receipt, you stick it in the dashboard, the window, and then it's sun bleached, and then you kind of hand it in, and the accountants are like, can't actually see anything on that, so what am I supposed to do with it? Yeah, you've also got your Greg's slappers all over it, your coffee stains, everything. If you just take it as you go, it's all nice and neat. And you get the copy of that receipt is then attached to the transaction as well, so it keeps it all digital.
You don't have to store it then. More room for your tools. Buy your wife's handbags.
Wife's handbags.
Yeah, that looks good.
They're going on Vinted.
That is good, yeah. Any other little gems hidden in there that we should know about?
I think within the software, if you engage with it and want to use more of the stuff that's in there, you can make a huge difference to the way you operate your business. It's like you can, if you're doing your invoicing, you're saving time, you get your payment services in there, you get paid quicker, you've got automatic email reminders, you get the expenses in, you're probably not missing anything. You then have lots of other bits that are coming in. Within Xero, you've got the AI tool, Just Ask Xero, that can help you create invoices. You can find out how much a balance is owed to you. So there's loads of stuff, and there's more and more coming, which I don't think is used enough by end users at the moment. So it's experimenting with it. On certain subscriptions, you've got CIS modules, you've got projects. So if you're a building kind of based business and you have different projects, that is an option that can be put in as well. So
Right.
there's also over 1,000 different apps that integrate into Xero. So it might be that you need something quite kind of niche and special. That can become an add-on that then fits into your subscription, and again just takes another stress away from you if you can integrate and automate as much as possible.
Yeah, okay.
Just going on that as well as the chasing the invoices through automatic chasers. If you've got a notoriously bad payer, you can set up an email reminder to go 7 days before the invoice is due, because 9 times out of 10 you'll say, oh, I didn't see that invoice, I'll send it again. So if you set up that saying, here's a copy of your invoice, if we don't hear anything back from you, we assume everything's all right and we expect payment on this date or by this date. And that often people wait for that email reminder. Well, if you've got that in before that actual due date, then you're bringing that payment forward as well.
You can also, if you're emailing the invoices from the system, you can see when it's been sent, when it's been viewed. So when they say, I've not received it, you can... Well, you have
Actually, at this point in time.
Yeah.
The other thing to, as well for like contractors, electricians or whatever, where you've got set rates for stuff, you use the products within the invoice and you can set the actual, so say if you're going out to do an emergency call out fee, you've got your set fee and your set wording, and you just need to put that one bit in on that product, choose it, and the rest of the invoice populates for you. So
just to speed up getting that invoice out,
yeah,
you can already have pre-populated line items effectively then, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can also, within the software, you can raise quotes and convert them into an invoice when that quote's been accepted. So you're able to see it the whole way through as well.
Yeah. I'm in. That'd be it, yeah. I think it sounds great. But, you know, I think, obviously, we started with a negative. Obviously, we've got to do this thing the government's asking us to do 4 times a year, but actually it's a method, I guess, to change our habits, really.
Yeah.
And if you do it properly, you can, leverage some quite powerful tools.
It will make a difference to a lot of businesses and how they operate.
That'd be in, definitely.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah. Are you in, Ray?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all over that.
Sign you up before we leave.
It's definitely up my street. Definitely.
Yeah, Rick will have every app that's ever been built for Xero added on.
You've got to try it though, because just in case, you don't know, do you? You don't know till you know.
Yeah. Is it easy to get rid of apps you don't use?
Yeah, normally you can just disconnect them and take them off if you're no longer using them. And some have like a really quick, easy route into it, and it will change time. But then there's apps for kind of your stock and your inventory and stuff like that, which is that products and services we're talking about. But there's also the stuff's changing in the system, so it might be that you no longer need some of the stuff you've had at different points. Depends what apps you've put in and what you need them for, really. But it's, I suppose, taking that advice, and not just the setup advice, but actually what else is in the software to go and use that and get the best out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Heather, you said obviously setup's key. How long does it, if I said today, I'm going to click on that link we'll put in there, get my free subscription for 6 months, how long would it take, sat down with the accountant, just to get it sort of semi-usable?
Probably a couple of hours just to go through what you do now and what you do currently, because the easiest way for you to learn is for us to understand how you do things now, and then we can relate the zero to what you do now, because it's easier for you to remember. So
Is that a remote visit?
It can be remote, but we tend to find it's more productive if it's in person. It
depends on location and stuff.
Yeah, but easily you can do it remotely. But we generally, the way we would work is we'd do at least a month's worth of transactions where you get it all set up, make sure you're happy with it, send you away, you do another month. Any questions, come back, and because you're not. At the time, you'll understand it and you'll get it, and you'll go away and you'll think, oh, what was that?
You mean you've made it look easy? Yeah. Then get back home and then
It's like, where did this bit come in and where did that bit come in? So it's like remembering it, and then you come back for a follow-up and then answer all your questions.
And we're also coming to the end of this tax year, so there's an opportunity to go and get the current year that we're coming to an end into the system. Your accountants can then get that all kind of backdated and set up rules and systems, so that when you're doing the first bit yourself, you've now got a year's worth of history to look back and see what happened there before, and you can then follow it if it's something that you're not sure about. So there's advantages to having that side brought in as well.
And getting it in early, because if the accountants do that, so we've done it previously where we've done the records for the previous year based on with the view of training the client, so it's set up so the client can do it easier.
Right, okay.
So
you're saying you've put a bit more effort in the air to make their life easier?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and your life easier, ultimately.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, and is that reason, obviously a lot of accountants push Xero as a sort of favoured option?
Yeah, it's the most user-friendly one, I think. It's built for non-accountants, whereas other softwares tend to be built for accountants, and other unnamed softwares are easy to mess up and ridiculously hard to fix.
Right, okay.
Whereas Xero, you can.
Yeah.
It's easy to use and it's a lot easier to unpick if it does go wrong.
Okay. Now, I mean, someone's saying that another accountancy software package are doing free software.
Yeah, so there are several that are offering free software. Look into what that actually means, because you don't normally get an awful lot for free. So it's probably got some elements, but it might not give everything you need.
Right.
It might not be the right thing for your business, but also if your plan is to grow your business, does that subscription allow you to grow with it? Because we know of some that as your business grows and you become VAT registered, that data can't be transferred over, so you're going to have to kind of start again on a new subscription. So the way Xero works is that as your business grows, your subscriptions grow because you have big different requirements.
Okay.
But not all of them offer that options. But free's not always what you think you're getting for it. So check what you're looking at first.
Right, there's a sting in the
just
tail.
go for Xero.
Yeah, okay. But there's a sting in the tail somewhere. You're going to start for it. There'll be something that tips you over the edge.
Yeah. HMRC have got a website that has all of the approved, because it's got to be an approved supplier that you're submitting through, and it does have a list of them all and what they can and can't do. So again, looking at what you require, like if you're doing your own submissions, still, if you've got an accountant, speak to them as well, because it might be that doesn't work with what they need at the end of the year and things. So just make sure that you're doing it in the best way possible for you and your accountants that you're working with. Because you don't want to duplicate work and then you do all that and then they have to do everything again.
Yeah.
And you mentioned there's a hub as well, isn't there, when you get connected in?
Yeah, so when you're part of Xero, you get access to Xero Central, which is kind of Google for Xero, and it's got lots and lots of resources. There's videos, there's articles, there's different things that will support you and help you. There's also a help desk as well that are all when you put your cases through, it goes to a very specialist team that know exactly what they're doing, so they will be able to then help you and guide you through what you're doing. If you're finding that you're not sure what you're doing or you've created an error and you don't know how to fix it, they'll be able to support you through that as well.
I mean, that's good. And obviously you said it starts at £50,000 this year. The gap between that and VAT registration is not really that far if you, hopefully most people are trying to be successful in business. Is it VAT 90,000?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's not... You can easily see a situation where someone's going to suddenly say, "Oh, right, I now need to start switch on the VAT."
Yeah.
The other thing as well is as you're getting nearer to that limit, Xero can help you do the rolling 12-month turnover test that you need to do to identify.
Rolling 12, but this...
Yeah,
Right.
so the 90,000 is on a rolling 12-month. So as you're getting near that, we can help set up reports, or you can just run it
Right.
based on last month and the previous 11, and it'll give you a...
So the
an
90,000
overview.
is not in 1 year, it's almost a movable year.
Yeah, so as next month comes along, first month drops off.
Right.
And
So
it's-
if I'm in... Yeah, so I could end up being straddling 2 financial years, but
Yes.
go over the 90,000.
Yeah.
At that point, I should be VAT registered.
Yeah.
There you go. What happens if it just...
And again, if you're not keeping records, you don't know that up front, do you? If you get it 9 months after your tax year finishes and you realise that you should have been registered 12,
Right.
15 months beforehand.
Right. What happens in that situation? Do you get... Is there...
So we've had some recently, actually. So in that, if you've got commercial customers who are VAT registered, it might not be quite as bad, because you can then just go back to them and explain, I should have been VAT registered, I'm going to raise you a VAT invoice.
Right, and they can
And they can reclaim that. Joe blogs on the street, you can't do that, so you've effectively got to report that income as the total income,
Right.
and your income is 20% less,
Oof.
because
Did you know that?
the
Right?
VAT element of it needs to go.
You've got you petrified.
Right. So I could have done, say, I said I'd rewire the house and I'd charge £10,000.
Yep.
HMRC said, hold on, actually, you should have been VAT registered in that period. You're going to have to stump up the £2,000 yourself, or go back to your customer and say, can I have an extra £2,000, at which point they'll sort of...
Well, yeah, the 10,000 will be treated as your total income.
Right.
So it'll be the
Right,
8,000, yeah.
As if that was 10,000, including VAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah.
So, CIS, that keeps floating around. What does that mean? As in, you know, if someone asks me, am I CIS, I'm not sure what that is.
So it depends on who you work for.
As an electrician, sorry, you know, someone would say, oh, are you CIS? I need to take that away from you when I pay you.
So if you're working for contractors then, that is effectively, it's just taking the money up front. The same as pay as you earn. So we get a gross wage and they take money off us and pay it to HMRC. That's the same as the CIS. So
effectively, it's just been taken away from me before.
Yes.
So I'll get paid the money into my account,
Yep.
but the tax has already been taken away from that.
and paid to HMRC.
So then, when that money's in my account, and then I go to the accountant, and they look at the money that's gone in,
Yep.
am I going to lose another 20% here?
No, because what happens is then, so we have to record your gross income, which is before the deduction of 20%, and then your expenses come off that. We calculate your tax on the profit that you've got in that year, and then any tax that you've already had deducted and paid to HMRC gets taken off that tax. And 9 times out of 10 with CIS, you'd actually get a refund because it's taken before your expenses come in.
So if I did that all year round, I'd be expecting a 12.5 grand rebate.
Yeah.
Which
But what
depends how much.
number? What number do I put in for Making Tax Digital? The pre-CIS number or the post-CIS number?
Pre?
Right. Okay. So yeah, you can't get around it that way. Right?
No, it's your earnings.
It's your earnings.
So it's your gross, it's your actual invoice amount. So if you use Xero as well with the CIS module on it and the functionality, you'll put your, say, £1,200 sales in, and it'll take off £200 and you'll get that £1,000 in your bank. But actually what gets recorded in your sales is your 1,200.
I'm in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
It's all new to me, I haven't a clue though, that's half the problem. I just don't know what's
And
going
that's
on. I've been PAYE all this time, so it's total change of heart, you know.
I think that's also where people that have potentially been doing their own self-assessment for years have potentially lost out on getting tax advice and understanding some of this. So as we're moving into a new regime, it's worth speaking to an accountant, even if you go want to do your quarterly returns and stuff yourself, understand a bit more. But actually, if the data's live all the way through, it lets you look earlier before the end of the year to see what other options you've got with tax planning, but also for your CIS, like people, that means they normally want their accounts done quite quickly in April to try and get the repayment back. If you've got the full year in already, you're not having to scrabble everything together and get it into an accountant and get that pulled through in record time, because the majority of the work will be in there. So that should make that process much easier and your repayments quicker.
Yeah, sounds like a win. There's lots to think about here, actually. It's there's a few other things I have to before we round up. A few other things I have to mention that we obviously we did see. We did see that challenge wall earlier on, but somebody has to clean up the mess actually from the from the electricians challenge. Have we got that there? Oh, look at that, Richard. He's good at that as well. Look at that. And obviously some bad news, Richard. We will be deducting the cost of the copper cable off your next audit bill. Just to let you know that in advance. I mean, the shocking amount of cable that was used on that on the challenge today. Scrap. If we were, now, just as a quick, obviously, we might get some money for that scrap cable. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we account for that? Is that just petty cash?
It's sales, isn't it?
Is it sales?
It's money coming in.
Right. Yeah, it's not a separate income stream, though.
No.
No.
What about if you had solar panels on your roof?
Yeah, selling energy. If you came across that one yet?
No.
No. You'll love that.
Move on.
Yeah. That's cool. And then a few other bits of housekeeping. Obviously, this week we open our 30 under 30 awards. That is obviously the clue is in the name. If you know an electrician who is aged under 30 and are doing fantastic things in this industry, we want to know about them to hopefully they can receive an award in association with our fantastic sponsors that are doing that there. Yeah, dead easy. Just go to the website awards.efixx.co.uk. It's open there. Yeah, there'll be. Yeah, goods flown all over the place if you win that one. There's a great day out planned at Doncaster Cable for the winners. But yeah, and again, we've met some great process through that. So you're too old, Rick. I'll just tell you that there. Yeah. It's not a rolling 30 year. It's not a rolling 30-year period. Just keep moving it. Yeah. You're not in.
Yeah, we've got it, but stopped at 30.
Yeah. And obviously, person being absent for most of the show, not Gary, who is there. Let's just have a quick check. What's Gary been up to? Just remind ourselves. We love this footage because I've just seen him in the comments there. There we go, practicing a very ski jump. Yeah. There we go. Ambitious. Oh, he's not very good, is he? So,
could have done with that superhero landing at the back end of that.
Hasn't been AI'd. That's all.
You've got no else to do, have you?
And now, obviously, something else people can help us with. We've got a survey running at the minute, and Joe Robinson's going to tell us about that.
When you hear the word Ajax, what do you think of? Is it a mispronunciation of a Dutch football team? A throwback to an 80s scouring powder and vaguely misogynistic ads about a woman whose chief joy in life appears to be cleaning the kitchen? Different, much worse times. Or is it about cozying up with a copy of the Iliad and reading about the mythological Greek warrior from the Trojan Wars? Just me on that last one then. Or is it just possible, what with this being an electrical show and all, that your brain goes straight to the fire security and automation company, Ajax? They've just launched an ambitious survey of the fire industry, and they want your help. The security system manufacturer wants to explore the UK fire detection market and identify the company's competitive position. The survey takes just 4 minutes to complete. As a thank you for your time, the firm will randomly select 3 participants to receive an Ajax EN54 demo case and branded merch. 2 more entrants will get a limited edition Ajax merch gift box. The winners will be drawn live during the eFIXX TV show on Wednesday the 25th of March. You'll find a link in the description.
What we're all thinking. We've been thinking it all day. That is one of the most bonkers prizes we've ever seen on the show. Yeah. Fill in that survey. You could win, obviously, a demo box of fire alarms, which is handy if you're in the fire alarm business. But what people really want is the cap, the T-shirt, and the baseball
and the bat, yeah. And the words on the side.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's... You were on about freebies earlier on. You've got to beat that now, haven't you? I mean, that's that looks like a debt collection kit if ever I've seen one, actually. So obviously, yeah, the link is in the description for that survey. Someone's just put it in the chat as well. And obviously down in the description you will find the link to Zero, so you can try it for 6 months for free. Zero for 6 months. There we go. Zero for zero.
Zero for zero.
is what we
Zero
said.
for zero.
And yeah, so obviously give that a try. It sounds like
Quick, you can scan it.
if you can, yeah, you can play it
Pause
back
it
and
even,
scan
I tell you what,
pause
you can
it, pause it and scan it.
Yeah.
You can find that out there. Obviously, we're going to be delving into that as well. Hopefully coming up with some other great tips tonight. If you've been on tonight, you've probably learned loads in terms of things you shouldn't do. But obviously, from what might at first be a challenge the government's put on, you think we can make a big difference, actually.
Yeah,
I think there's
definitely.
some great features in there. And obviously, find a council like Stoke Lambert. Obviously, what's the biggest area you cover? We don't go Yorkshire only. Are we only Yorkshire?
Richard?
No?
We can go anywhere.
Mainly within a 10-mile radius.
Yeah.
Mostly in a 10-mile radius, but yeah, we can do anything all over the country.
There you go. If not, you'll have to find an exceptionally good accountant in your area. And we'll go
You
from
can
there.
find one in the Zero directory.
There's one in the Zero
You'll
directory
find
as well.
all the accountants are partners will be on the directory as well, so you
Right.
can look for one in your area.
Very good. But yeah, I'd like to thank you. Been great guests, great fun, actually. Yeah, that's it. Some bragging rights when you get back to the office. And
That's
you're
it,
probably
yeah.
the fastest Scotswoman
That's what.
on that challenge board. So I mean,
Absolutely.
that's
I'll take that.
you could take that. Actually, we'll mark it out for anyone else who comes in. But yeah, I think I'm checking. Yeah, there isn't anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
There you go.
Happy days.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. So I think we have got Doncaster Cables are back in next. So obviously we'll be talking cables, and obviously we'll
We'll have to hide that.
we'll have to hide the
We'll have to
cable.
hide it,
Yeah.
because I don't know about it.
Yeah, they don't know about it. That'll be good. Gary might be back soon. Obviously, we wish him all the luck in his skiing competition.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it. But until then, there we go. One last time. Look at that.
Oh, just a bit longer.
Hey! We will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching.
You kept your books in a bang glove box, receipts and notes and tangled docs. Then 2 weeks out from tax day fear, you drop it on the accountant's desk with a cheer. But HMRC's changing tack, digital books of the new tax track, quarterly updates neat and tight, no more guessing late at night. The shoebox is retiring, time to go online. Keep your numbers tidy and your records in a line. From invoices to mileage and the jobs you've done, making tax digital has officially begun. So Sparks, take note before the deadline hits. Your books need more than scraps and bits. Side jobs, call outs, weekend work, all that income can't just lurk. Digital records, clear and true, because the tax man's watching you.